Most kids have been caught doing something in class they were not supposed to. For Joe Whale, that something was drawing. Every notebook he touched became covered in doodles. Teachers saw it as a distraction. One even pulled him aside and told him to stop. But Joe could not. The pen kept moving. By the time he was 6, his schoolwork looked more like a comic book than a set of assignments. There were cartoon characters, patterns, and whole scenes squeezed into the margins. One teacher after another told him to focus, but at home it was different. His parents did not see misbehavior, they saw talent. Instead of taking away his pen, they signed him up for an after-school art club. It was a place where doodles were not punished but encouraged. In that space, his random sketches began to take shape. They became a distinct style filled with bold, black and white worlds that seemed to flow endlessly from his imagination. His art teacher noticed. She began posting his drawings on Instagram. The posts began to travel far beyond the classroom. They reached strangers, businesses, and people far outside his small town. When Joe was 9 years old, he received his first commission. It was not from a family friend or a school project. It was from a restaurant in Shrewsbury that wanted him to cover their walls with his art. Customers ate dinner surrounded by his doodles. For a child, it was a surreal leap from being told to stop drawing in class to being paid to decorate a business. Then, the requests began to multiply. He was asked to create murals, do private commissions, and even take on a royal project for the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. Soon he was drawing for hospitals, restaurants, and television shows in the United States. The boy who once sat in the back of math class sketching when he was supposed to be listening now had an audience that stretched across the world. And then something unexpected happened. A message arrived from one of the biggest brands on the planet. They were not asking to buy a single piece of art. They were inviting him to join them as a co-creator. That brand was Nike. The swoosh that appears on LeBron James's sneakers and Serena Williams's tennis kits is now linked to a 13-year-old from Shrewsbury who refused to put the pen down. His role is to inspire other kids to follow their creativity. For Joe, it was not just a contract. It was proof that what once got him in trouble was now shaping his future. He says, "This is one of my dreams. Nike is such a big thing, and there will be loads of fun stuff coming up soon that I am really excited for. I just keep telling myself, do what you love, doodle. It feels very good. I am really proud of myself." The Nike deal is only one part of his creative journey. He has a book coming out called Game of Scones, a children's story filled with his illustrations. Most 13-year-olds are finishing homework. Joe is finishing publishing deadlines. He has also worked with light artist Andy McKeown on a live event at St. Mary's Church in Shrewsbury. His doodles were projected onto the centuries-old walls, turning stone into an animated gallery. The same lines that once filled notebook margins were now lighting up an entire building. His Instagram account has more than 172,000 followers, which is more than the population of his hometown. Every post is a reminder that the skill once seen as classroom misbehavior is now an admired craft. Here is the lesson. The thing that annoyed his teachers became the thing that shaped his life, because someone saw the potential instead of the problem. His parents did not ask him to stop. They asked, "What can we do with this?" Every creative person has a moment where their passion is misunderstood. It might be painting, building, coding, or writing. At first, it looks like a distraction. With the right encouragement, it becomes a skill. Joe's story shows that when you give a child space to grow their talent, the world might make space for it too. Nike making him a co-creator is not just about buying art. It is about investing in his story. From being sent to the corner of the classroom to working with one of the biggest brands in the world, Joe has completely changed the ending of his story. His advice is simple. Do what you love. Doodle. The world often tries to make us fit into boxes, especially in school. If Joe had stayed inside those lines, this story would not exist. Instead, he kept drawing his own. Now his lines are everywhere. On restaurant walls, in books, in light shows, and soon in projects with Nike that will inspire kids around the globe. This is not only a story about talent. It is a story about recognition. The art was always there. The audience just needed to find it. If you are a parent, teacher, or mentor, Joe's journey is a reminder that sometimes the thing that looks like trouble is the thing that will take someone further than you can imagine. It starts small. It grows when you let it. Joe will keep creating. There will be more books, more walls, more collaborations, and more proof that a pen and persistence can change a life. So the next time you see someone doodling during a meeting or class, do not assume they are tuning out. They might be tuning into something the rest of us will one day be paying to see. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe for more true stories where unexpected passions lead to unexpected places. And tell us in the comments what your doodle in life was that got you in trouble, but you wish you had kept doing.